Hey everyone, and welcome to a demo of Employee Navigator. As many of you have probably already heard, this is a rather expensive software that we actually give you guys for free when you make Blue Sky Benefit Solutions your employee benefit provider. So I'm going to walk you through real quick some of the things that this software can do for you and bring you up to speed on how it can impact your business. So the first thing I want to show you is the Employees tab. Now, obviously, if you just brought this software on board, you already have employees hired, you can import the employees. There's also a way to obviously add employees. As you're hiring new employees, you have the option here to add them. So if we click on this, you can type in their SSN. Now, if the person is being rehired, this is great. You know, if you do some seasonal work and you have people who leave and they come back different parts of the year, this is great because you can actually just enter their SSN. It'll re-input all their information from before, but we'll just put this in theoretically that this is somebody who has not ever worked for you. Here you'd be able to enter all of their information, hit next, and then it would go to the employment information, some of the onboarding forms. These forms that you usually have to fill out when somebody is hired, instead of actually printing them, having them fill them out, making photocopies, filing them away and all of this, it's much easier just have them fill them out on the computer, do an electronic signature. The records are kept in Employee Navigator. Obviously, from there, you also can print them if you do want to keep a paper record. But this makes bookkeeping on this end of things when you're hiring new employees so much easier. We're actually going to go back here. And we're going to take a look at some of the employee stats real quick. So we can see there were 2 recent hires in the last 30 days at this theoretical company. And then the new hires, 2 of them have completed their paperwork in the last 60 days. 1 has been terminated in the last 30 days. And then there's 10 recent events for you to view. It shows you these events here, and then that the people have been hired and whatnot, and just keeps you up to date on all of that. Now, we did mention that there was a termination in here. If you do want to delete an employee, you can do that right here. You can just simply pick them, delete them. Same thing goes for dependents. So we're going to move on to the forms category or the reports category. This is basically just going to give you all of the forms you would ever need, for payroll or tax purposes or whatnot. So you got your ad hoc, your payroll, your benefit reports, general reports, change history reports, enrollment status reports, carrier reports, open enrollment reports, audit reports, and import reports. All of this data available to you. Another interesting feature is the wall. So if you're familiar with, Facebook or some of the other social media sites, they call your sort of feed that all of your information is in a wall. You can actually build something like that in Employee Navigator, where you can set up a feed, and then from there you can put in that you want these certain things to happen, or when they do happen, to trigger different things. So I could create a feed name of test or something like that, and then we can add a description and whatnot. So if one of these things happens, let's say there's a change under the benefit category, maybe a change in the carrier, a change in the event groups, all of these things, there's different triggers, different notifications that it can send you to do. So if you have a change in somebody's benefits that they are taking on, then it will give you a certain notification of the steps that you need to take. You can actually design those steps based on the processes that you would normally do in person. So you tell yourself basically what you want to do when the things need to happen. It's just a great reminder system for you. So we're going to back out of that. And then we're going to go to the ACA. You obviously want to stay in ACA compliance. This is just going to be all of the features to help you, import and export this information. There's a lot of things in Employee Navigator that can be imported and exported via Excel files. So if you already are keeping track of this in another software, you want to bring it over to Employee Navigator. That's very easy just by moving around the Excel files. If you want to pull this out of Employee Navigator, you want to have a hard copy on your computer, you want to print it, you can pull it out with an Excel file, and it just makes keeping track of these things a lot easier. Now we're going to go into the PTO. this can help you manage the time off requests. You can see here there are no pending requests and there is no upcoming time off. But in the event that an employee would have a request for time off, they could go into Employee Navigator and they could request the day off. It would show up in there, and then you could either choose to accept or deny that. And then if you had approved one and it was coming up, they wouldn't have the day off, that would be in here so that you would know when the person would be absent from work. So we'll move on to the tasks category. This basically just shows you the things that need to be done. So if we take a look at here, in this theoretical company, there's 169 incomplete tasks. If we click on that, basically there's, when an actual employee is going through the onboarding process in Employee Navigator, they have, the different things they need to do, like a safety and training thing that you have set up. Now, if they haven't done that safety and training in, say, the last week or yesterday, or if they haven't done it today and you just want to send out a reminder right away, this is going to let you send out a reminder, basically an email that you can compose here. Boom, send it to them. It will remind them to take the action to do the safety and training, to do the orientation, because these people have not done that. You can see that there's 15 people that have not done the getting started, 16 that haven't done the orientation, and 16 that haven't done the safety training in this theoretical company. Now we're going to move on to the benefits. This is actually something that we can help you directly with, and it's going to be the enrollment into the benefit plans that your employees want. They're able to select on here, what they want, and we can walk through this with them on a one-on-one basis. Now, lastly, I want to cover payroll. Now, there is a bit of an asterisk to that. There is no real true payroll built into Employee Navigator. This cannot do direct deposit. It will not send out the checks to the employees. You probably already maybe have a software that is providing that for you. And if it's one of these participating partners, you see them on the screen right now, you can easily connect that to Employee Navigator. And it will handle the payroll that way. And the reason why you would want to maybe do that is because this will actually take out the benefits and connect it to Employee Navigator, which is where they're purchasing the benefits, and just make things flow a lot more smoothly. If you don't have a payroll system, any of the ones I showed previously, that's not the end of the world. You can most definitely still use this software. So thank you. Hopefully this solves a lot of you guys' questions as to what Employee Navigator can do for you. You can see that it helps, track your employees, gives you tons of reports and forms, as well as having walls and task systems that can keep the HR manager up to date with things, as far as, staying in with ACA compliance, getting the onboarding paperwork done, handling PTO, and doing the benefit enrollment. So hopefully guys enjoy this exciting, free software that we're able to offer you at Blue Sky Benefit Solutions.